Anyway, just kidding. Yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Boyfriend podcast.
God damn.
Anybody watch the Diddy documentary?
No, I have not yet.
No, both of you. No?
I have not seen it. Yeah, that's the 50 Cent produced one that Netflix is doing.
Yeah.
Dude, the drops, the like, we're not getting the Epstein files, but we're getting the fucking Tupac files. Like, Puff Daddy killed Tupac. The whole thing is out there. The guy who shot him tells the whole story, how Puff Daddy paid him to do it. I mean, the whole thing is
Haven't we all kind of known this for a long time, though?
Yeah.
Well, did you? Maybe I just didn't grow up in the culture. Like, when I was a kid, there was no, like, I think Puff Daddy did it. Like, nobody said that. It was like, who killed Tupac? Maybe it was I didn't hear, like, it was probably Puff Daddy. Did you guys know that?
Yeah. No, I feel like in college.
In the lexicon?
I feel like in college that was kind of put into my pop culture sphere. Not whenever I was younger, for sure, because I just like went to school with a bunch of I was like the only tan kid and a bunch of white kids. So yeah, we weren't talking about Tupac and fucking Biggie. But I remember being in college at Full Sail, and I remember there was this one dude in my class who used to be a bodyguard for Usher, and he would tell us the wildest stories. He's like in his 40s, and he'd be like, "Dude, I got some crazy shit to tell you." Anyway, he'd get drunk and tell us all these crazy stories about like Puff Daddy and fucking Usher and shit, about how like. Well, this is for entertainment purposes only, but he was like, yeah, dude, Usher, like, he, whenever he'd go home with girls, he'd have, like, a fluffer, but, like, a male fluffer come in just to get him hard in another room just so he could, like, fuck girls. And I was like, whoa.
Usher needed a fluffer?
Yeah, that's what he said, Usher. And he was supposedly...
Usher's fluffer.
Usher fluffer.
Usher has a a boy fluffer.
Wow.
And, yeah, and apparently he, like, yeah, whatever. And then he told us shit about Diddy. And he's like, yeah, because Diddy killed Tupac and shit like that. So that's whenever it became, like, in my brain, like, oh, Diddy did it. Then, I don't know. Diddy also, I think, gives himself away as a human being to me in interviews sometimes, because there'll be interviews with that I've seen where he, like, there's a thing that flips in him when he gets mad or when people ask him a thing that he doesn't want to be asked. And I'm like, oh, I could see that guy killing people. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's in him.
He's got that look. Yeah.
Yeah. He follows you on Twitter.
Yeah, he does. And I was like, I'm not trying to like badmouth my fifth follower. I do remember it was like the best day ever when he followed me, because I'm like, wow, this Twitter, you could just like DM anybody you want. This is like a really weird app. I downloaded it that morning, and then I was bored in class that evening, and Puff Daddy was like putting out an album, and I was like, I've been following you since and he was called Diddy at the time. And I was like, I've been following you since you were Puff Daddy, motherfucker. I just like tweeted. I'm like, wow, I can tweet celebrities. And then he followed me. And I was like, what? Like, it was just so wild.
When I first met you, Joe, that was like your big thing. You're like, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Look how that aged, right? Look, jeez.
I remember your one freestyle. You're like, Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy follows me on Twitter. It was like you dropped it in a bar. I forget what led to it. It was so good, though.
The most iconic Joey freestyle line will be Thanksgiving at in North Hollywood, and you started off with like, you're like, blah, ugh, I fall asleep eating Cheetos, and it was like my favorite line ever.
Yeah, I fall asleep eating Cheetos.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, so
I miss those days so much. Oh my god.
How's the Diddy thing though? How's the Diddy Doc? Is there any new intel that we don't know about?
I mean, not so much, but it's like, first of all, he was just like the most ruthless fucking business owner, like from like you hear about like record labels fucking over artists. He's like, he is the worst of that. Like everybody on his label, he was fucking over completely. And like he got off on it. He got off on like having more than everybody. And like just his like insecurity, like he was like jealous of Tupac because like Biggie like liked him. Like that's why he really hated Tupac, because like Biggie thought he was cool, and like Puff Daddy like couldn't handle Biggie Smalls having like another friend. Like the
really
insecure men are very dangerous, I feel like. And so like that and then so like he gets Tupac killed. There's all this tension, and then he's like, we're gonna go to LA to celebrate the new Biggie album. And they go to this LA party, and then like Biggie was like, I want to get the fuck out of here. Like he's flying to London like the next day, and Puff Daddy's like, like I'm canceling your flight. We're throwing another party here in LA. Like he wanted to like rub it in everybody's face in LA, like rub it in like Death Row's face. Basically like, I killed your boy, and like I'm here, and there's nothing you can do about it. And then that was the night that Biggie got killed. And then Puff Daddy had always said in interviews like Big like wanted to be on this, like he just wanted to be there in LA to like show support and like show love. And it's like like Biggie wanted nothing to do with that. It was all Puff Daddy like having this ego trip to like, you know, take it as far as he could take it. And then he's like, we're gonna do the biggest funeral ever for Biggie, and did this massive fucking funeral like honoring Biggie Smalls. Meanwhile, he charged that to the label and made Biggie's royalties like it was part of a recoup. So Biggie's family basically paid for the whole giant funeral. Like they, you know, because they were now going to be the recipients of his royalties, and that funeral was coming out of their money for the royalties.
What the fuck?
Like that's how fucked up he is.
That's
despicable.
Awful.
And then on top of that, raping women, beating his own mom, like, you know, like, I mean, that Cassie video enough should be like, oh, okay, this guy's a huge piece of shit.
I was about to say, like, you know, regardless of the Cassie video, like, all that could be alleged, like, anything else could be alleged, but, like, I saw the video.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
that's what else is he capable of? Yeah.
So that's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
But I gotta say, there's something you're watching it. Maybe it's just male, like, ambition, but some part of you is like, kind of,
he's the man.
Kind of, yeah, it's kind of the man. Like,
he's kind of the man.
Like he, like, you know, in the same way that like you look at Julius Caesar and it's like this is a terrible person who like destroyed Rome, but you're like, kind of the man though. You know, like there's part, you know, there you can't. There he was a poor black kid in Harlem who rose to heights that like black people didn't even think they could. Like it was like unfathomable, the power, the achievement, like what he did. Like, so there's, you know, you kind of got to separate. There's things you can learn from Puff Daddy that like will help you succeed in your life. You don't need to be an asshole. You don't need to be so ruthless. You don't need to obviously be an abusive piece of shit. But there are nuggets there that you can learn from, I think. I think this with anyone. There's some things, you know, I hate Donald Trump, but there's some things I can learn and I can take from Donald Trump to benefit myself and my family and my life. Like, there's something. There's nuggets there. And like Puff Daddy is that way too. You can
find some good in everyone, yeah. There's admirable traits, and especially in people that have like worked so hard to achieve, you know, greatness. You know, he's like, it's wild.
Yeah,
I mean, you can find,
I mean, it's hard. It's hard because
50 Cent made a doc about Homeboy. That's beautifully petty.
That is beautifully petty. He's always really had a hate boner for Diddy. I mean, it's like got that New York competitive like attitude. They both were there, you know.
Okay, so what you're saying is that when I watch this Diddy doc, I'm gonna want to like achieve my dreams.
yeah. I mean, kind of. It'll inspire you a little bit. It's a little inspiring. I mean, like, put this on somebody else other than Diddy, right? Like the Lance Armstrong 30 for 30, right? Like he's an asshole. He's a piece of shit. He cheated. But you watch it, you go like, holy fuck, this guy's the man. Or like Michael Jordan, like he's an asshole. He's like so competitive, like to a fault.
Right. But he was in Space Jam.
Holy shit, Space Jam rules. Yeah. And so like there are those nuggets. Like Puff Daddy is awful. Total piece of shit. Yeah. And maybe I'm a piece of shit that these are but like, I'm like, okay, there's something cool.
Well, there's something to argue. It's like he achieved so much that he became an asshole. It's kind of like a Hitler thing or something.
Well,
it's like, you know, you just become crazy, but you have something you want to do that is like supposed to be good. And then it's like, it just blows up into like, oh, we can never do that again kind of thing.
Yeah. Or was he an asshole and that helped him achieve things? I don't know. That's the
right.
That's the tough
or was
part.
he always bad? Oh,
that's the tough.
Was he always bad? Like, was he always bad in the doc?
I mean, like, he was like a kid getting beaten up a lot, and his mom would be like, next time you come back beat up, the other kid better have gotten beat up too. Like, you know, she was like pushed him to like, you fight, which is like a survival, like growing up in a rough neighborhood, but like
for sure.
You know, there are moments where it's like that he was never the same after that, or after that, or after that. Like there are these like changes in him.
We should start doing
the people
more
he looked up
documentaries
to.
About like about people that are like, like whatever, that have achieved a lot. And in the documentaries, we should also interview the parents. I always find that part the most fascinating. Like whenever I watched the Genius documentary of Kanye West, the one thing that I took away from that whole thing is that, holy fuck, having a great mom, like, will turn you into something amazing. Because, like, his mom instilled so much positivity in Kanye's head, like, so much. So, like, that's interesting that, I wonder, like, I mean, obviously, like, his, I don't know. That's interesting, too, that we should start interviewing more parents, more famous parents.
Yeah, I mean, he beats his mom at one point, Puff Daddy, because she, like, questioned if this is, like, what you should do. Because there was one thing, he was like throwing parties, and there was this one party that it was like a celebrity basketball game that like he over promoted, and like there was not enough security, and the place like got so packed that people got trampled and died. And like she was like, "Are you sure this is like the right thing for you, like this music stuff?" And he supposedly, allegedly, beat her after she said that.
Well, I mean, after seeing that Cassidy footage, I don't doubt it. Like if that's. You could only imagine what happens behind closed doors. We like just saw a glimmer of like what Homeboy's capable of.
Exactly.
Which is terrifying.
If it ever pokes out like that, it's like, bro, who knows what happens behind?
Yeah, it's like when you catch your employee stealing from you. Like that's not the first time it happened. That's the first time you caught them. Like it happens. Yeah. It's been happening all the time. And like, dude, his best friend that he started Bad Boy with had like a 25% ownership of it. The guy was running the company day in, day out in the office, blah, blah, blah. Eventually Puff Daddy, like under the threat of violence, made him give all that to Puff Daddy. Like he lost it all.
Was there anything about his ex or his wife? Because he was like married to someone who like passed away. There's this thing that I saw a couple of videos on YouTube about how there's a lot of people close to Puff Daddy that have all died of the same way. It's like it's like a cardiac arrest thing. And there's like rumors that he poisons people the same way, because it's like,
oh my god,
5 people around him in his inner circle that are like pretty prominent figures all died within the same time. And his wife, famously passed away of like cardiac arrest as well. And that's supposedly iffy.
I don't think
that's sketchy, dude.
I don't think they give that story. There was stuff that like there's an HBO documentary about Puff Daddy, and there was like full on like SA victims in that documentary that don't even show up in this Netflix documentary. Like, so there's a lot that's like on still not like you can't talk about everything. That's how,
of course, is the main focus in the Biggie stuff, like the Biggie and Tupac and him, or is it like business focused, like how he was as an entrepreneur?
Both. I mean, it's like a 4-episode thing. So it's like his come up.
Oh, it's episodic.
The Biggie stuff, like Biggie, Tupac, all the shit after that, like making the band. I mean, he was abusing those women too.
I heard that too, yeah.
and then the freak offs, and then like this trial. Dude, he had a documentary crew like filming him while he was being like indicted or whatever, when he was like about to get arrested. And I guess he never paid them. So the footage defaulted to them, and then 50 Cent bought it from them or something like that. So
so they could show the footage because they got it.
Something like that. Ridiculous. Something like that. You know, you keep seeing all these TikToks like, oh, 50 Cent did all these moves, and there's like, you don't know what's true or what. Like, I don't know. It's hard to keep track. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Puff Daddy sucks. But yeah, he paid to have Tupac murdered. And he only paid out half because they didn't kill Suge Knight too. They were supposed to kill Suge Knight as well.
Oh, he didn't even finish the whole. He didn't. He only paid half. That's
no, and the guy never got the money. The guy never got the money because Puff Daddy paid it like through some other gangster, you know, like so that there was like less of a paper trail. But that gangster just like kept it.
Damn, he got expedited. It's like a third party took his fucking money.
It's so crazy. So anyway, yeah, the Puff Daddy doc is pretty wild, but like. It's just wild. I don't know. When we were kids, it was like, who killed Tupac? Like, oh, like we'll never know. It felt like we'll never know. And like now it's like pretty laid out and well established.
Damn.
Is there anything weird around Tupac's death? Because I remember like, or besides like him getting murdered, is he still alive? Because that was like always the thing. It's like Tupac Island. Like, is there like any possible way he's alive? There's
nothing
is there, like,
like
rumors
that.
About that?
That always weirded me out because like there's like a picture of his body.
Oh, okay.
Like with
I always thought he was dead too. I just remember people saying he's alive. You know, probably in jest, but
yeah. Well, it was.
I mean, maybe
Because like he kept releasing so much music posthumously because he had recorded so much.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
He had so many. I laugh. I mean, it's horrible, but it's like, yeah, he had so many albums come out afterwards.
Yeah. And there's that Dave Chappelle sketch where it's like when a new Tupac song drops and he's like talking about current events, you know, you're like, huh? You're like, he's like, George Bush going to Iraq or like whatever. You know? Like, wait, what?
How else was y'all's week? Y'all, are we gonna jump into Agartha shit?
Yeah, I want to learn about these Tartarians or whatever, Joe.
Oh, really quick.
So
really quick, I won a Mario Kart tournament the other day. I just have to say that.
Nice. That's amazing,
Bruh. Also, it was
which Mario Kart? Which
Super
console?
Nintendo.
Nice, dude.
It's hard.
Have you ever played it?
Yeah.
No.
Who'd you play as?
Deadass. I've never played it. It was I played as Peach, obviously.
Solid.
But yeah, it was fucking hard because you can't do the double drift, you can't do the boost drift, right? You can drift, but the drift is like weird. You have to like time it earlier. I was sitting there like I felt like I was like studying everyone before me because I went like I think third. I raced third. And then also you can't hold items behind you. So also the star, if you get a star, you fucking win essentially. Like you go so goddamn fast and like you blow through everything. It's crazy. Yeah. So stars are really intense. Yeah. But yeah, it was a photo finish and I barely won and I was super stoked. I won like, yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Sick.
Wow, dude,
did you win a prize or anything?
Do what?
Did you get a prize or anything?
I did. I want to. Oh, I still gotta go get a shirt. I want a shirt. My friends who own the bar, they make like these kind of like one-on-one shirts, and so I won a shirt, and I also won 800 pesos at the bar, which is like roughly I think like $40-$50, which is not bad.
Nice, solid, dude, for winning Mario Kart. That's great.
Yeah, it was super fun.
I got a real quick story about this particular game. So when I grew up, it was like we didn't have a lot of like money, so like me and all the neighborhood kids would go to this one girl's house just to play Super Mario Kart on the Super Nintendo. So like I played a lot of this like you know, when I didn't have like a Super Nintendo or like anything. Like it was like this was like the game. So
nice.
It was
who was your go-to driver? Like who would you pick?
I would always play as Toad back in that one.
Nice. Yeah, Toad's fucking good. Like the only other person that was really good was Toad or Yoshi.
Yeah. I was never really good at it, to be honest. But I play the new one all the time on Switch 2 before we switched to Fortnite. Like her and I play like the new Mario Kart World is really good.
The new Mario Kart, like, and when you say the new Mario Kart, this is the Mario Kart that has like the gliders and shit like that.
Oh yeah, they've had gliders, I think, since like GameCube. I think.
Yeah, that blows my mind. Like that to me is so new. I'm so like still like purist when it comes to Mario Kart. I'm like 64, and that's
clearly.
It.
Yeah, I mean, same. Yeah. Anything beyond 64 is like I'm like, whoa, this is like I'm in the future.
Yeah, it's over.
They have so many characters now. It's like insane.
So many characters. You don't need that many characters. Like that's the least interesting thing is. Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
so
you have
it was like
you can
this,
pick different
JC?
carts and shit too.
Yeah, and like you got to like set your
wild.
wheels, and you got to like choose like the different. It's like too many choices.
Too many choices. Yeah. Nah,
I love it because it makes it like so like you can always blame it on your cart combo. It's like I shouldn't have played as the raccoon. I should have played as Lakatiku, and it's like so you could just blame it on everything else. It's like the stupid rocket cart fucked me up.
Lakatiku. Yeah. Is that one of the little turtle things?
Lakatiku actually isn't a playable character, and I regret even saying that. But he is the guy that's holding the sign that starts before the race.
With the little glasses or the little goggles?
Yeah, like here as the race starts.
Oh my god, this level sucks. So this was the last level that we played was the ghost level.
Oh.
The ghost level was the fucking hardest. Because it was like best of 3.
This is like boardwalk.
You know what?
Whatever.
I will say something cool. I will say something cool about the new Mario Karts though. They have all these tracks remade in like current graphics, and it's sick.
Wait, so like this specific one from Super Nintendo?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They have all like every old track is remade. It's awesome.
Was it
like,
going this
like from every console? Yeah.
Slow, JC? Like is this the pace of it?
Yeah, the pace is very slow.
It's kind of nice.
Sorry,
though.
it's choppy on my end.
It's like every 4 or 5 frames.
Oh, I mean the speed of the car. Like you're not going like that fast. It feels like. Or maybe you guys are seeing it a little delayed.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, what I'm seeing is delayed, but yeah, no, it not as fast, I would say. But again, when you get the star, dude, like it's crazy. I was going against my friend Chris for the final game, and like on the second round, he got 2 stars in a row, which I don't even know how the fuck that's possible. got 2
Dang.
stars in a row, and was just like basically lapped me. Like he was just so far ahead from the fucking stars. It's insane. I only won because I got I don't know what they're called. Oh, they're like the little flower, or yeah, it's like a little feather, but it's a thing that shrinks you.
Oh,
In Super Nintendo, it's a little feather or something, but like it shrinks you. And then I shrunk his fucking ass and won.
kind of like the lightning.
Nice, dude.
Like the lightning, yeah.
Oh,
Like in the new Mario
Yeah.
Karts, is there like a battle like version, like where you can like battle in an arena? Because that was my
Yeah,
favorite
you
part of
could do that.
64.
Yeah, you could do all that, and they have like cool levels. Like one of them was like the Luigi's mansion, so it's like a whole huge mansion you can battle in and stuff. So it's
that's
pretty
cool.
cool. I don't really play the battle modes, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's like
That's when you
I
have
don't know, I
homies.
just never did, but yeah, it would be fun that way. But like
Yeah,
2-player mode, it's like I don't know, because the new one is like 24 people in a race, which is fucking a lot.
What
and
the
so
fuck?
it just gets wild. So
well, yeah, JC, for your thing, was it like it was just you versus one person? There's only 2 people racing, or are there other like characters, like computer characters?
No, okay, so we should have done it with all the characters because I didn't realize you can, but we were just doing one-on-one fucking racing. But then later on in the night, I like went back and just to play like a little bit more, and I was like, yeah, dude, you can do with all of them, which we should have done. I think that would have been way harder because the AI and the little Super Nintendo shit is fucking tough. Like they're hard. They fuck you up.
oh yeah.
Like yeah, it would have been I think a much better race if we'd done that.
Well, congratulations on winning,
Yeah, dude.
Thanks. Okay, Agartha.
Agartha.
Oh, so guys, I just to be real, I locked in the house we're moving to in California, which is great. And so
Nice.
I just been mad busy. So I don't have like my thesis ready, but I
Okay,
do have
no
a
worries.
video. And by the way, the most infuriating thing about this kind of stuff, about Tartaria stuff, is that there's no good videos on it that are like less than like an hour long. And it's like I can't like it's like hard to even play like a clip.
We
of
should
it. And
find one of the hour-long ones that has the little like chapters already, you know, so we can just like skip
Well, here.
through.
I'm putting this in the chat right here, so you guys have this one. This one isn't kind of like exactly what we need, like as far as like timeline wise, but this one is it explains all the anomalies basically from 1792 like all the way up until 1903. So it's like all the things that like have been recorded in history that have been like occulted, which is like hidden. So it's like these are all just like real.
So this is just other
timeline
things,
stuff.
just pointing out the fact that you can't trust what you're seeing. Is that the idea? For
Yeah.
this
So this
shit?
is
Like the quote-unquote historical plot holes.
yes. So it's that one and oh, sorry, I sent you the wrong video there. I was trying to. This one's actually
Okay,
the wrong
well,
video.
let's-
This one is.
What is Agartha
Sorry,
and
this
what
is-
are the Tartarians? What the hell is that?
So sorry, the one I just sent you is the one that accounts all the weird shit. So Tartarian is okay. Essentially, on all these old maps, there used to be a place called Tartaria,
Okay.
and it's like on every map, and it's like pre like anything from like the 1600s and earlier. There was a place called Tartaria.
Where was
So
it?
that's why people were it's everywhere. It's like it was, well, the map looked different, but it's mainly in Russia, but they would have like Tartarian like build so if you look at like an old map in the United States, you see like castle icons and stuff. Like there's like old maps that show things that have been built in our country and other countries that are on maps. And so Tartaria kind of represents the idea of there being old things on maps. So like when I say like Tartaria, it's like more like the theory. So it's like Tartaria, the place, was near Russia, but like the entire idea of like what the fuck happened like to
Okay.
all these buildings is kind of like the blanket of Tartaria.
Okay.
Like all this stuff. Like they say all this was built with horse and donkeys, and sometimes in like the span of like 1 year. And they're like all built at the same time across the country.
Well, what? This
by
was
the same
built supposedly in the
architects.
1800s?
Before that.
When is
And it's
when does the historical record say that some of these Capitol buildings were built?
Well, the most damning evidence, and this is where it's like we gotta almost like watch like a whole ass video on it, is in Wikipedia. So what they do is they'll be like, oh, it was made by this builder, the something brothers, and it all like is very AI'd out because they'd have the same like first and last names sometimes, and it's like the Peterson brothers from Petersville, like, or Colorado, they were like the best building company in Colorado. So they built one in Colorado and then in New York. And it's like all this stuff just doesn't, and there's no construction photos. It really is like the craziest conspiracy. And I'm sorry I didn't get a really great video for you guys.
No, it's okay.
No.
I mean, what's a building?
But it's wild.
What's a building that you're like, that was built way older?
Just go to the World's Fair, Chicago.
Well, the
I
Chicago
think it was
World's Fair was
1930.
purposely built as like a facade. The Columbian Exposition.
But
it wasn't built to last. It was just like a kind of almost like a set piece to like for people. Like to just to,
Right.
to
That
host.
makes
It's like when
sense.
you host the Olympics, like you set up all these things, but then you take it down when it's over. Like that's
it was
what
a pop-up.
yeah, it was kind of a pop-up.
And so, yes, a pop-up. So these buildings, these temporary structures all here with several floors, name things like power plant and things with live water in the middle. Again, and then these happen in every city. Like almost every major city has had one of these events. And right afterwards, they tear down the entire event.
What does live
So it's
water
like-
mean?
Like, look at that picture. Like that's like water.
Yeah. I just never heard anyone say live water.
Well,
It's
it's
alive.
like, I mean, sorry, to like,
I mean, water is alive.
to build like aquatically, like the walls, like deep down into the wall. It's like, it takes a lot of work to do this. Like, I mean, this is like,
I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah.
especially in when you talk temporary structures, it's like water isn't something that like temporary things usually are able to hold. It's like there's just so many things to consider. Like in Chicago's weather, it gets really cold there. So like they're building it at weird times.
Should we ask
and they-
the robot about Tartaria?
Yeah. So, I mean, look, I think I do think we should save this for the next one. I'm sorry I keep teasing it, but this is
Teasing
it's gonna be-
Tartaria.
It's going to be good.
The Tartaria tease.
Yeah.
Classic.
Little tease, little tickle for you guys. But this channel though, this My Lunch Break channel, is amazing. So it's like I'm talking like this is a really old video, so it's not as well done. But like his newer videos, they really
My lunch break. I'm gonna look it up.
oh, it's so good, guys. I'm talking like he'll target specific areas of the country or specific buildings and just go in on it, so you can see like. But then you start seeing patterns because when he does like 50 fucking buildings and they all burnt down in a fire, and then you look at the thing and it's like it's made of stone, but it burnt down in a fire, and it's like all these like crazy excuses for it, and then it's like oh they rebuilt it. It just none of it makes sense, and it's like even the Chicago's World Fair, yeah, it was a temporary thing. And they tore the whole thing down, but then they rebuilt some of the buildings because they liked them so much. So some of them still exist. So it's like so stupid. It's like it doesn't make sense. They just destroyed like most of it. I strongly feel that.
Well, okay. I mean, the story I always heard is like it wasn't built to last. In the first, it was built to like for this event, and then the idea was for it to be taken down. And then if they said, "Oh, but like that one looked so good, like let's rebuild it like to last," wouldn't that make some sense? And this is in the 1890s. This is like the Gilded Age when you have like the Rockefellers and the like Carnegie and like the United States is wealthier than it's ever been at that time. And like you have machines, you have oil, machines, steel, everything.
Not construction machines. Not at this time. This was like before power tools and like cranes and like real transporting. Like I don't even think they had cars. It's like they can't transport the materials, mix them. And then the most damning thing in my mind is like the architecture. I mean, look at this shit. Like, I mean, it is stuff that doesn't make sense even in America. It's like angels and crazy things that I don't know. It's just not possible for a primitive like peoples to do. It's like I'm talking. These are pioneer people that are expected to be doing.
No, this is the 1890s. This is when like Teddy Roosevelt is in office. This is not like
Great New Deal.
George Washington or something. No, the New Deal is FDR.
Oh shit.
But
Roosevelt.
I would say like a lot of them were like 1860s, you know, and that's like where a lot of it was built and then rebuilt. Yeah, like look at this stuff.
yeah.
It's everywhere. It's all across the country. Even in areas they'll find like arch like things kind of like this. Like they'll find arches and things just like in ditches in like Ohio, and they'll be like, yeah, that was like a Civil War building that they built like for a battle. And it's like there was no battles there, and they have like all these like arches and buildings. It's
right, but okay, look at this photo. This is 1898. I got trains, I got automobiles, I got power lines. You're saying
actually this is a good photo actually to study here.
Okay.
Because you can see human or like you could see like current day architecture in this photo. Like look at this like wood shack, right?
In the front here?
Like in the front here.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on this?
Sure.
And this is where they try to get you. They pass off a lot of historical photos as photos, but then you look closer and it's like, this is clearly like a drawing.
Oh.
Like not this one maybe particularly, but like you'll see a lot of like drawn in things and then whited out skies.
Okay. Yeah.
And the whited out skies
could be art, I guess. Not impossible. But the I don't think anyone's claiming that this technology didn't exist in the 1890s. And if like old Roman or ancient Greece was like kind of a popular aesthetic at the time, you'd see a lot of those things built. I mean, even today, you see some people build a house that's like Spanish style. Some people build a house that looks like a shack. Some people build a log cabin, right?
Yeah, it's just like there's like a lot of neoclassical buildings all over the United States, and but the thing is, it's like if you look deeper, I mean, like here's the thing, like you can probably justify a whole like a city like this, like Chicago or whatever. Yeah, they had resources and all that, but even then, it doesn't really stack up if you go super deep into it. But like I'm talking, these buildings are in like rural areas. It'll be like, hey, we built a college. And then they repurpose them all for the same thing. That's why colleges all look the same. That's why like Capitol buildings all look the same, because they basically they repurpose a lot of these older buildings. Or like mental asylums, you know, were a thing, but now they're not. But all those buildings look the same, and I mean, but like eerily the same, like Corinthian neoclassical architecture. It's just
there's definitely a look to all like government buildings, Capitol buildings, the U.S. Capitol, the White House. They all have a certain aesthetic for sure.
Oh, here's a good one. This one's so look at this. You can clearly tell what is like, you know, you see these like awnings, right?
Yeah.
Like, and all this like shitty facades on front of the buildings. Like this is clearly like the type of buildings that they had. It's like if you look at Abraham Lincoln's house, it was like a log cabin. You know, you look at these like the regular buildings, it's like it's shit, but then you look at the ones in the city and it is just like completely different than like everything else. Like
right.
this,
but this exists today. You have shitty buildings and you have nice buildings. I mean, look at this one down the road. That's a nicer building. This is a shitty one.
Right.
I mean, if you go to Buenos Aires right now, there's a whole like area, a whole neighborhood of just shacks stacked on top of each other. It's like the poorest area of the city. And then you drive 20 minutes and it's a totally modern skyscrapers. And no one's questioning like, oh, like was the, you know, are we in a different timeline between these two areas?
Mm-hmm. No, and I get what you're saying too. It's just that, you know, it has to do with like population data and things at the time too, where there's like literally just not enough people to be building like an entire city's worth. Like if you look at like San Francisco, like one of the oldest pictures of San Francisco was like completely built out. And it's just like a lot of the timelines don't add up.
Okay.
And it really freaks me out, like to be honest with you, because it's like, you know, I hear you and I believe that there is like a lot of human greatness, but like just some of these buildings and the way that they're all carved, right? Like they're all like carved in stone. It's just very complex. Like we couldn't even do this now. We couldn't build like a Capitol building now, like in the time frame that they were built back in those days. Like they would build these things in like 2 years and you could be like, yeah, building codes were different. They didn't have TV, so they could just go work all day. That's like the excuse that like Rock would give you. It's like, you know, they focused on their craft and they, you know, they were just like better at what they did. And they had time to do this. And it's like,
You're sure we couldn't do it today? You don't think we could build the U.S. Capitol building today in the same
we could put like
speed as they did it the first time?
Not with the same, it won't be the same longevity of like actual building materials. It's like if they put like a new wing on the White House or whatever the fuck they're doing right now, it's like it's not going to be made out of like the same type of stone and masonry. Guaranteed you could tell the difference, like looking at an older one and then now.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
watch some of these videos. I will say I'm not sold.
No,
I love I love the thinking of it. But Tartaria is a different thing. Tartaria is just sort of an emblem of like, there's something they're not telling us about the old world.
If I remember correctly,
nobody has the answers.
Correct
it's
me
just
if I'm
like
wrong.
we're just piecing all this weird stuff together.
Correct me if this sounds wrong, Joey, but if I remember correctly, Tartaria it supposedly is an entire empire that ruled the world, or like was around, all over old maps and stuff. And I don't know, they had access to free energy and all this stuff, and blah blah blah. And then there was a great mud flood, and then things changed. That's from what I understand. That's like the short notes of it, the spark notes.
And I believe that you're right. And it's just the thing that is bad about like that though is that like, you know, believing that there was a civilization that we never heard about and all that. It's it kind of like it's a kind of like what they did with like Pizzagate, where it's like, oh, a lot of it's true, but then like a lot of it's not, so it makes it all not true. You know? And so like I don't want to. What's that?
What was Pizzagate again?
That was like the big conspiracy in DC with like the pedophiles and the pizza place and all that. A lot of it's true, but a lot of it wasn't true, and then so it made like the parts that were true not seem true. So like that's kind of where I'm at with Tartaria. So like I don't want to be like there was a civilization of people that lived like this or did that. Because it's like nobody knows, so nobody really knows, and that's like part of the mystery that everyone's trying to find out. But a lot of it.
Go ahead. I mean, couldn't it just be simply that there was a region called Tartaria, and so it's on maps, and now it's become like Poland and the Ukraine and Russia or something like that, like, right?
Well, that's a good thought. It's just that I believe that the historical records have like wiped it or said that it's not real, to try to make it seem like it's like phooey. Like, what does Wikipedia say?
Well, okay, Wikipedia says the Tartarian Empire is a group of pseudo-historical conspiracy theories, including
there it is. Yeah. It's not a
ideas
real place.
Of hidden past.
Yeah.
Well, the empire. So that would, the empire implies that there's a government and there's like a society and there's like a ruling sort of class. Whereas it maybe was just a region on a map, like the Sahara. We don't think that there's a Saharian empire, but there is a region called Sahara, and it's on the map. That's Sahara.
Well,
or the Amazon.
You are right. It's just that they had a flag. They had like a symbol with like a griffin on it and stuff. They had like a lot of and it was on a lot of maps, and they would be listed as like the different empires, and there would be like Tartary, like would be one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, what is this place? And then when you look on, like you just did, like Wikipedia, they're like, it never existed. But then you look at old stuff and it's just like there along with the other nations. I don't know. It's just something's going on.
So if you just look up,
claimed obviously to know.
If you just look up Tartary was a historical European term for a vast, vaguely defined region of Central and Northern Asia inhabited by various Turkic and Mongol peoples. Tartary was a historical European term for a vast, vaguely defined region. Okay, they just repeated themselves. Appears on the map from the 13th to 19th centuries, referring to lands from Eastern Europe to the Pacific, like Chinese Tartary, Manchuria, Mongolia, Xinjiang, Tibet, or Siberia. It was a collective name, not a single empire, but has since become the basis of a modern conspiracy. So, like, it was like a region.
That could be true.
Like the Amazon, the Sahara,
and that could absolutely
Plains.
be true. It's just that, unfortunately, we don't really have like a blanket term for like looking at old buildings in places. And it's not just America, guys. It's every country. Like, guaranteed there's an ass ton in Mexico, like everywhere. Everywhere there's these buildings. That's what makes it so
those
weird.
buildings exist in Mexico. Yeah, for sure. I was recently in Guadalajara, and there's a lot everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like, so it's a little inexplicit. Like, so that also makes it weird. So it's not just like all these buildings in America. It's like they're in South America. They're in Central America. They're in Europe, Asia. And it's like,
but that's
so
also
it makes
like
it
Spaniard
weird.
colonization, though. I feel like is where most of those buildings came from.
Actually, this is good. There's some of the story. So the Wikipedia stories for a lot of these buildings in America are like, they have names and things like that. But then if you start looking in like Central America and places, they're like, like the stories get even worse. So it's like, like the reasoning gets worse, like why they even are there. So again, I got to bring receipts, but it's a lot of these channels, they deep dive on like particular buildings or towns or areas. And it's trying to put this mosaic together. Like what is actually going on?
I would love to hone in on like this one building they say it was built in 1760, but clearly it was built way before that, and here's why. Like, let's hone in on like this one we can prove is absolutely not built when they say it was built, and like we'll lay that out, because that would help convince me. Other, everything else is kind of a lot of like vague. You don't know. We're not sure. It's like show me like this one for sure. They say it was built in here, and we can prove it was not. And we'll look at the evidence. I think that would be interesting.
I love that. I'll bring, and that's why it's so weird, because there's so many. And so I'll just bring like one or two, or just like a concept. There's a thing called star forts, which is like it's like the Statue of Liberty, the base of the Statue of Liberty. Mm-hmm. That's called, type in star forts. And then, so these things are all over the world too. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. A lot of these, they would justify, they'd be like, oh, it was a Civil War base or whatever for the American ones. And then other countries where they're built the exact same. Yeah. These are all over the world.
Right. And so,
and like, look at the ground, like, look how it does to the ground. It's like not easy to build these things, and they're everywhere across the world. Yeah.
That's cool. I've never seen
star forts or bastion forts are distinctive star-shaped fortifications with projecting triangular bastions and low, thick walls designed to counter cannon fire by eliminating dead zones. Originating in Italy during the Renaissance to overcome older, vulnerable circular forts, they spread globally, becoming crucial defenses in Europe, the Americas, and beyond, until artillery advancements made them largely obsolete by the 19th century, though many impressive examples remain today.
Mm-hmm. So they're like, yeah, they're everywhere. They're made for war. So war was just everywhere, because these things are like in remote areas too. So it's just like,
that's one thing about humans back then. We warred.
They be warring.
That's very true.
We're still warring.
We're still warring. God damn it.
We're still warring.
Everyone's warring.
Everyone's warring.
I stopped warring.
We're not done warring.
Yeah.
I need to quit warring.
So yeah, look, I'll bring like a one example. I'll try to like make it short.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be helpful to just hone in on one, like prove one, and then we'll take it from there.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring one building or one thing, and then then there's a whole nother thing where it's like meltology, where there's like bricks that have like turned into stone, and that's like everywhere. Like you'll see like brick buildings that like the bricks turn into stone, and it's like it's a really weird thing. So they're like, what happened to all these buildings? Because a lot of them are like that too.
Oh, that's interesting. That makes me think of
it's everywhere.
I forgot what place it is. I think it's a place in India, but like the architecture of this one like stone structure that's built into a cave, the way it looks like as if it's been melted. And in the creationist story for India, if I remember correctly, it starts with like there's like a war in the sky, a great war in the sky. So there's this like theory that potentially there's like, at some point there's like some sort of like alien war that we weren't aware of, and that they shot something that melted all this like rock, and that's why the rock like looks like it's melting.
Yeah, the Vimana, the ships, they would talk about these ancient ships too in India, and then like it's just crazy.
Man, I really hope that I have this theory that whenever we pass into the next life, we get to like just ask all the questions. I mean, I would assume that when we go back into knowledge, we would have all knowledge that exists. So it'd be really fun to like just do I don't want to get reincarnated again. I just want to go to like some cosmic sauna and just do a deep dive on all the crazy shit that exists.
Yeah, like just let me know everything. Yeah.
Just let me know what's going on here.
Everything. Just trying to know everything.
That would be heaven. I mean, that would be the bliss. Like that when you die, you just get to know everything. There's not a single unanswered question. That would be sick.
I would think sick. So. I feel like that's I'm really obsessed with NDEs, the near-death experiences, and there's a lot of patterns that I like recognize in a lot of the people that talk about it, and like that seems to be one of them. Of just like it's always like the feeling of immense love, like a type of love you've never felt before, but also sometimes it's also knowledge, which I think is really interesting too.
Yes, the NDEs are wild. In those stories, it's like they'll like float above the hospital room, and then there would be like there's something on top of the fan or something. They were looking down, and they would go check the fan, and there'd be like a sticker on the top or something. It's like how the fuck did they know this?
I find that a lot of so interesting.
Yeah, there's something going on.
Yeah, my friend, I went to these springs maybe like 3 weeks ago with my friend Nate and his friend Yasmin, And Nate, he worked for this one retreat, and he kind of does like somatic healing, where it's like, movement of the body to like get rid of, like things that we have. And it's really interesting because I hope he's cool with me telling me this, but I think it's a cool story. He got Lyme disease like in like 2011 or 10, in the early 2010s, and after going to like multiple doctors to try and figure out what to do, he just changed his whole viewpoint on healing and went into like a holistic route. And now today he doesn't have it. He like literally does not have Lyme. Like he cured himself of Lyme disease. So after learning how he could do that for himself, now he helps other people cure themselves of ailments and like things. And that, there's other ways of doing it, which he does. So he had this one experience with this one guy who was came for the retreat, and he was really like quiet, kind of antisocial, and he does this thing where he had the guy like lay down, and he was like, they're doing like a ceremony thing. And at one point he said that in his mind's eye, he felt that like, this guy had like a lock over his chest, like just a large lock. He's like, I didn't know how to explain it. I just saw it in my head. I just kind of saw a lock. So I asked the guy if it was cool if I put my hands over his chest and just like push down. And I told him to breathe as I pushed down, to breathe away, like breathe up. And he kept breathing up. And eventually he breathed up really hard and like really got into it. And everyone, like it was him and my friend Nate and his friend Yasmin, who was helping facilitate the ceremony. And both of them said that they both got goosebumps. And then all of a sudden this guy, like, it's like his whole face changed. He just got lighter. He just felt lighter. And then the next 2 days was really interesting because Yasmin, who was the other person in the room, for the next 2 days, she was incredibly sad for no reason whatsoever. She was just incredibly depressed. And I asked her, I was like, did your depression have a foundation? Because I know whenever I'm sad, I can always, like, in my mind be like, oh, I know why I'm sad. I know what started this, But she's like, no. And she's not, like, the kind of person to have just depression in general. Like, no, I didn't have it. And he was like, yeah, I'm glad another person was in the room. My friend Nate was saying he's glad that she was in the room because it felt as if he released something from this guy that I guess went into her, and she like took on that pain for like 2 days. But anyways, made the guy lighter, and he's like a whole kind of a different person. Like they like connect with them afterwards, like 6 months after the fact or whatever. And he's like, I don't know, he just had something in him, some sort of like maybe trauma when he was younger or something that like, man, because like trauma, emotional trauma in the human body or in the human brain is very interesting because sometimes it manifests itself into like physical ailments that we have ourselves. It's really weird. I've been like learning a lot from that, from like asking my friends about, especially him. Every time we go on trips and stuff, I ask him about like, his work and shit. It's hyper interesting. Like,
yeah, that, honestly, I believe that.
Just passing the buck. Just
and,
giving your trauma to someone else. That'd be a funny job where like you can be hired to I'll take it on. I'll be the receiver of it.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
There's I watched a ritual just like that. The Amish did that because they don't have anything, right? So they do this stuff called bruja where they hold hands and then they like take the ailment out of the people. But if anybody is in like a weird headspace, it'll like transfer to them or it's like it's really weird. And so like a lot of cultures do this. And then also, and I believe like in a lot of that kind of stuff too, because there's a book called Metaphysical Anatomy, which is basically like it explains a lot of things that are it's really weird. So it's like it's a big book. I have it in the other room, but it's like if your wrist hurts, it's like, why does your wrist hurt? And then you look up, it's like, oh, you're worried about
gay.
money or something like that. And yeah, it's like you're gay. And then it's like, so it's like all these reasons for it, but it's like it's backed up by like hundreds of years of research into like this from other tribes and cultures. It's like a collective of all the cultures, like view of sickness on different areas and like blindness or whatever. You can look up anything in this book. And then it's like, it gives you kind of like the boil down from all the cultures and like why they think it is. It's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. I wholeheartedly believe in all that. I truly believe that the human mind and body is way more capable of more than we think, and that we are capable of healing ourselves, and that we used to know how to do that, I think.
Yes. Yeah. I believe that. Yeah. And then, and then we can talk about the bells. They used to have like healing bells. Because the thing is, the bells, they would say, would get rid of those evil spirits from inside people. Like so instead of having to do like a ritual, the bells could like just cleanse and keep the spirits away. That's why they destroyed the bells. So there's like a lot of like, theories that sound silly. But
they only sound silly because we've been told things are silly. That's the only reason you say that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I did a sound bath recently. I think
I was going to say sound baths are powerful. For sure.
Yeah, and it was the first time I almost left my intention was to leave my body. I've always wanted to like have that sensation of kind of like just not being inside of the suit, for a little bit. And last time I had last time my friend Jalen did a sound bowl for us or a sound bath, I think it was like a week ago. That was the closest I've ever felt to that. I like, Yeah,
Oh, I'd love to do that. I've never done one.
Beautiful sensation.
That's so sick, dude.
It's really nice. If you get a chance to, I would highly suggest going. I will say though, I've been to a couple sound baths now, and yeah, next time you're ever in fucking Mexico, Joey, I highly suggest doing it, or even in Cali, because I think she has friends around where you are gonna go.
Nice. You got to get a good DJ for the sound bath.
Dude, the DJ is the sound bath is the thing. There's no DJ.
Yeah, it's just
right.
No one's playing like
yeah.
fucking Linkin Park.
It's not music.
Yeah, there's no like thievery corporation on in the background. It's like the sound.
They come in with like a MacBook and just put on
yeah. I made a playlist for the sound bath. It's like, oh no, I got these bowls.
That should be in the script. We like do a sound bath, and it's just like some guy comes in, like presses a button. It's like, it's been 1 week since you looked at like that's fucking sound bath.
Well, yeah, we should do like that first day in Sayulita before we find the mermaid that night. So like we do that first day. Like we arrive in the morning and you're like, I'm so glad you guys are here. You finally made it. And like, we'll walk around Sayulita. Yeah, maybe we'll do a sound bath. Like we'll kind of do, and then we'll get really drunk at night and then find the mermaid on the beach.
Hell yeah. The sound bath should be, just to make it, because if I live here already, I would know the good sound baths. So the way we get to the sound bath would be that we get fucked up and like one of you guys make friends with the dude who's like, yeah, I do sound baths. And then like, that's how we like end up at the DJ sound bath. You know what I mean? Like, just some guy named Todd who's like, I do sound baths, guys. You should come over,
The bartender. It's like the bartender's like, I do sound baths. Like, it's always a bartender. Yeah. He's like, I teach yoga. Like,
What if sound bath was like code word for like it's like the first sound bath we go to, it's like at the end, like I walk out and then Paul and then the lady doing the sound bath is like happy ending. Like, right? And it's like and then so we keep thinking sound baths are like hand jobs, like hand job places or something.
That's
so it's like the bartender does sound baths. It's like, oh, this guy, huh?
Yeah. Oh, like, shit. I just gave myself a sound bath in the back.
I like the idea of using sound baths as for that. It makes me think of whenever me and like the homies like do mushies, if we ever take mushies and like go out, whatever. Me and my homegirls always say we're on the phone. Like whenever you're tripping, you're on the phone. Like, are you on the phone yet? It's like, oh, I'm on the phone really hard right now. Like,
that's a nice code.
That's a good one. I'm gonna steal that. That's awesome.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Then
you're not yelling at everyone. Everybody knows you're fucking tripping.
Yeah,
right.
He's on the phone. I remember like a code I just kind of used in high school. Like if I want to ask my friends, like, okay, like you're bringing weed, or like, should we smoke weed? Do you want to bring weed? Do you have weed? But like my parents are around, I don't want them to hear, so I would just say like, all right, and like, are you bringing the heroin? Should we do heroin? Because my parents, they're never going to think I'm doing heroin, So it's like, right. And then I just kind of like laugh at, like wink at my parents, like bring the heroin. Make sure you bring a lot of heroin. I want to do a lot of heroin tonight. And it's like, it seems like I'm joking, but I'm talking about marijuana.
Were your parents ever like anti-you smoking?
Oh yeah, big time.
Like the whole time, or just?
I mean, the whole time, like, I mean, yeah, when I was a kid, like I got grounded in high school because like they found a pipe, or like I got caught smoking weed in the backyard or something. It was like a big deal.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, there was this one funny thing where like I had this weed in like a little Tupperware thing in my closet. And then I go in one day, I'm like a junior in high school or something. I go in one day and it's gone. I'm like, fuck. But nobody said anything to me. And then my parents weren't home. I go into their room and I found it in their closet. And I was like, okay, but nobody said anything to me. So
you didn't get disciplined.
Is this a
right.
test?
So yeah, exactly. So is this them saying like, we're kind of fine with it, but we can't say we're fine with it. We don't want to like encourage it. It's not cool, but you're not in trouble. I don't know. I was like, how am I supposed to interpret this? So I just kept like, I said, I assumed it's fine. They're fine with it. They just don't really want to talk about it. And so then, and I kept going to their closet over time. I eventually like smoked all that weed.
So you left it there.
I left it. I left it there.
You just went and got the weed.
And I went and just would pick
funny.
some out of it and like whatever. But I started smoking weed a lot more casually then. And then I got caught smoking in the backyard and I got grounded. It was like a whole thing. I got this big talking to. I was like, what was I supposed to assume? Like you found my weed.
Right.
And like my mom was like, "Oh, I thought it was some spices. You're always cooking."
Yeah, right, mom.
Yeah, right. So you put it in your closet. I had it hidden in a bongo drum in my closet, and so you hid it in your closet. I got to double check with her about what she was thinking there. But
let us know the update on that.
Yeah, it was confusing. But yeah, it was never cool. And then obviously I went to college and it was a lot more like, more mellow. They never loved it. But it's like,
sure.
It's whatever. And now it's legal. I mean, it's legal in my hometown. It's like there's pot shops in my hometown, which is crazy. What about you guys?
I was a goody two-shoe all of high school. I didn't have a drink till mid senior year, which is funny because then I started drinking and my stepdad's just like, I was waiting for you to fucking go get a goddamn beer. I'm like, oh shit, okay. Faggot. Just waiting for me to do it. His dad ass, he's like, yeah, very, yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it was chill.
I would have assumed you just kind of did all the shit.
I did nothing. I was so anti. Wow. I just skateboarded and I was like, my body doesn't need that. I don't need that. And then, yeah, started drinking in high school because in Germany, I went to high school in Germany. So all of my friends since freshman year had been going to clubs and shit. So I was the late bloomer. But I remember I started drinking too because for our senior trip, we went to the Grand Canary Islands in Mallorca. So it was I think 7 or 8 of us of the seniors. And so we went to, and spent a week there. And I was like, man, I should learn how to drink if I'm going to be there. And yeah, got blackout drunk. It was bad. Did not learn how to drink.
So that's how you learn. You got to get it out of your system. That's why everybody that's too sheltered, they get to college and just die.
No, 1,000%. And it's funny you say that because I remember I would skateboard mostly off post, off base, and we lived off post. So we lived in this little German town, the little town Vilsek. And I would skateboard with all these German kids who were 15, 16 whenever I was 18. It's 2 years younger than me. But 3 of them were 14. They're really young. And I would see them at the bars all the time. And I would be out with my friends and we'd be getting drunk, right? And they would see us, because we would do this thing where we would hide Mad Dog when it was snowing outside. So we'd have this Mad Dog wine. So you'd go in, drink your beer, and then be like, I'm going to go smoke a cigarette outside. And then you just get your Mad Dog out of the ice or the snow, and drink it. And these kids would be fucking having their beers outside, smoking cigarettes. And it was like, you fucking Americans. And we're like, dude, what? And he's like, you guys are just always drunk. It's you don't know how to handle a beer. It's just have one, enjoy it. You don't enjoy it. You guys drink to get drunk. We drink for the taste. And I was like, oh, fuck. These little 14-year-olds telling me how to fucking drink. But
you got class, these little 14-year-olds.
Well, it's just whenever you don't have access to it is when you go hard. If you have access to it, it's who cares? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
repressed.
That's the downfall of
We're a repressed society when it comes to drugs and alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why you have people ODing and going fucking crazy and having blackout fucking parties and shit. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, they don't know how to handle it
culturally.
Yeah, I'm certainly guilty of that a bit myself. TBH.
What about you, Joey? Were you getting fucked up and smoking weed?
Yeah, I was doing all the stuff. I was, mixing Diet Coke and vodka with my friend, just stupid anything to drink. Just gross shit. Did
you guys have hunch
smoking
punch?
Weed, cigarettes? No,
jungle
we just kind of mixed.
I feel like everyone called it something different.
Yeah. Oh, we did. Yeah, we had
juice.
jungle juice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we had jungle juice sometimes.
We also
stupid high school stuff.
We were cool in college because we lived through the Four Loko with the good shit. I think we talked about this before, but we lived through Four Loko phase.
Yeah. I never drank a Four
juice.
Loko
Remember
in
juice?
my life.
Damn.
Wow.
That's not getting a vaccine. You're probably
yeah,
your body's probably
pure.
Doing good.
You're doing something. Actually, the if you did drink Four Loko, it probably prevented the vaccine from her.
But it is the vaccine too. It's no illness can touch you. Get past the Four Loko.
RFK comes out. He's just like, hey guys, it's just Four.
Honestly, it's this right here, Four Loko. You got to drink it.
He gets sponsored by Four Loko. Just starts wearing Four Loko jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Trump 2024 Loco.
Yeah,
a dirt bike jersey.
And they sell it in the merch store in the White House because there is one.
They sell 2028 Loco. MAGA.
Awesome.
Well, hey,
I actually do have to. I have to dip because I got to go edit this video. I just got a text.
Get it, broski. I got to do some stuff
to
too.
Do that.
Cool. I'm gonna roll.
But that was so fun.
A lot of fun as usual. Love you guys.
Yeah. Love you guys.
Yeah, and JC, you still didn't watch Age of Disclosure, I assume?
No, I have
Amazon
not.
Prime.
That's on
Amazon
Netflix?
Prime. Amazon Prime.
Prime. Okay. I shall
check it out. Or like
pull
it's
it
on
up.
Amazon.
Need
You
some
gotta like
watch
rent it for like $20, but it's worth it. Do it for the show.
Okay, super down.
All right,
I will.
Torrent it.
All right, stay boys, stay friends.
Love you guys.
Later,
Bye.
yo.
Love you. Bye.
See you guys. Love you guys.
Bye.